I'll be presenting about the external environment and perception. My argument is that the environment is the most influential factor over our perception today. I'll be going over technology in today's world as it is developing, the social environment, including our society and the way the world works now, and the physical environment, things we interact with every day, including this room. First, I would like to go over a misconception between perspective and perception. Perception is an interaction between the brain and the eyes and other senses to become aware of what the world is or how we see it. Perspective is something that someone has a point of view about or an attitude towards. And I'll be revolving my presentation over perception, not perspective. So first we have technology. As technology develops, perceptions of reality are transformed by it. For example, in Extrasensory, an article that we read, reality and senses are augmented by technology, quote unquote, prosthetic sensory. So our senses are extended by this technology as we interact with it or we use it. Technology also stimulates new perceptual senses. For example, anything as simple as a camera or a telescope can change the way we see the world as we use it or we look through it. Then I'll be going over the social environment. So, perception changes in relation to our visual and cultural environments. For example, Eddie D. Loved used individual backgrounds as an example in his article, saying that either negative or positive images in your background or childhood can influence the way you see the world after. The media also influences the way we see the world. They give us what they want us to see, and that influences the way we see the world in turn. In Tomorrow's World, that article or newspaper is about only religion. Tomorrow's World means the kingdom of Jesus to come. In Roger Meyer's article, Bias and Perception, he uses Jesus and God as evidence or as reasoning for evidence and claims. And that doesn't give you reliable information, but it shows you how religion in turn influences the way someone sees everything. Okay. Now I'll be going over the physical environment. So illusions, in the article that we read by Joe Hill, he gives a sequence of different images with 3D pavement art that are illusions depending on the depth and the angle we look at them from. For example, this painting on a pavement of crocodiles in a water hole. You can see the man is almost falling into the hole, although this is on a 2D surface and it influences our perception and how we see it. Geographical slant. It's either just a slant of a hill, for example. The way we perceive that slant can later influence the way we perceive it can later influence the way we use our motor skills to go up, to know the effort we need to walk up that hill. Olfactory perception by Richard Axel. He talks about the receptors in our noses that perceive odor molecules differently from everybody else. Everybody has a distinct perception of those odors, and those odors influence the way each person perceives the odors differently, and that's how it influences perception. In conclusion, all these things that are contributing to our external environment, like technology, the social environment, or society, are influencing our perception every day. Technology is developing more and more, and it's touching everyone. There's not many places in the world where humans aren't right now, and also for society, there isn't any place in the world where society hasn't touched in any way. There's always society, even though it's not as developed. In the physical environment, things we interact with every day are also influencing our perception as obvious as it can get. Thank you, and these are my sources.
Okay, so let me ask you 2 questions. So, what additional questions emerged from your research, and why are these questions important?
So before I actually made the misconception about perspective and perception, I was rolling my project going around perspective and perception as if they were interchangeable words, which they're not. So that's the additional question that came up during my research that changed my research question as a whole.
Okay. So how valid and reliable are the sources you use, and how do you know?
I use mostly, so I make Google searches on the search engine, but I mostly use scholarly articles that didn't have to be purchased, and I used their copyrights, I cited them, and I thought those were reliable because it seemed like the researchers, for example, I used a college book on a page on art technology and perception 101, and I think that those people have researched this more deeply than I had, and I thought that's why they were reliable.
All right.